and there's nothing greater than truth. And because there's nothing greater than truth and you're living in it, that means everyone that comes against or disagrees or critiques it, they are wrong. They are incorrect. So the label that is attached to people who critique and criticize and disagree with you is hate. And hate has no place among us. So you ostracize or cancel people at the insistence of groups that represent people in the society who are lesbian, gay, trans, queer. You go against, you say, oh no, we can't, no. Snuff them out. Take their livelihood away. You can't disagree. I mean, this is a dystopia. Are we headed to one? You cannot disagree. This actually is something that happens across many areas of our society, but we're just talking about this one right now. So the narrative that this community, LBGTQ community, gives is that basically they're under attack. That it really is costing lives. Trans people are being killed because they're trans. Gay people are being killed because they're gay. That's what they're saying. They're being killed because they're gay, because they're trans. Would it interest you to know that, well, first of all, that's the narrative. That trans people are under assault and being slaughtered in the streets. Would it interest you to know that according to the Human Rights Watch, 20 plus 8 trans or non-gender conforming people have been killed in America in 2021. This is October 2021. As of October 2021, 28. Look, man, one life killed because this is how you live, or this is who you are, this is what you look like. That's wrong. That's wrong. However, to say or to give the narrative that these people are being killed outright, slaughtered in the streets by the hundreds or something. That's the narrative. That's the picture they want people to have. Yet, the actual number is 28. As of right now. It could go up to 30 tomorrow. It may go up to 50. All of that is tragic. Again, we're talking about the narrative and we're talking about the facts. So don't move the goalposts and say, well, 28 people is bad. Yeah, it is. But that's not the goalpost that you have when you have the narrative that says, no, people are being killed wholesale. Tragic deaths, yes. But the narrative is that basically trans people, gay people, non-gender conforming people under attack. They're no more under attack. In fact, less of being under attack than black men being killed by the police in the United States unarmed for nothing. Oh, okay. In the world, the tracking of the Human Rights Commission, I think it's Human Rights Watch Commission, You can look it up yourself. In the world, 350 trans people worldwide. In 2021, as of October 2021, have been killed. And it's thought, I believe, that they were killed because they were trans. That's tragic. No one should be killed because they are gay or trans or lesbian or queer or any of that. Shouldn't happen. But the narrative is that there are hundreds of thousands of queer people, trans people who are being killed because they are trans or gay or non-gender non-conforming. That is the narrative. That is the picture that is given to people in our society so that we can now be like, no, something has to be done. And anybody saying something against them, I mean, it would incite others. Well, first of all, if that's the case, then let's go across the board with that kind of language, that kind of idea. If saying something against the LGBT community that is criticizing them or disagreeing with them or joking about them, if that incites people to hurt them, then we need to take a look at other things. Do we not? And really give as much energy to those things as we give to the LGBTQ community when they have an issue. 350 trans and gender non-conforming people worldwide. 28 in the United States as of October 2021. Killed, it has been determined by them, by the Human Rights Watch, that they were killed because they were of their lifestyle, the life they were living, being trans. That's what it is. Yet, how many of those people were killed in domestic violence situations? You didn't break that down, huh? Well, but we do have numbers that show that domestic violence among the LGBT community is greater, higher than the average norm, than the norm. There's trans on trans, gay on trans, trans on gay. Murder. Yeah. You got gay people who don't even like trans people, a lot of them. They war with themselves. Except when they have to come together, of course, to, influence, get some influence and have some power. I mean, of course. Black women, 4 black women or girls are murdered a day in America. 28 trans people total in 2021. 4 black women, girls murdered a day. 75,000 black women missing, gone, kidnapped. Who cares for them? The LGBT community ain't coming out talking about them. They're not using their influence. If they're a so-called marginalized community, they're not using the influence of the marginalized, which they have influence in this so-called marginalized, as a marginalized group, supposedly. They're not putting focus on issues of black women missing, black women, 4 women, girls a day, black women being murdered. They're not focused on that. They're focused on their own power.